Your soul is mine. Fatality. Oh, hi. Mark here with another Game Pickups video. So, voice things first. I got the Switch. I love it. It's a great little system. I've actually been going back and forth between the docked and the portable mode. I like that concept a lot more than I thought I would. Because I do love my handheld, so I guess that's why. And I got a screen protector for it just in case, because I take it in and out of the dock. You know, it is kind of a tight squeeze putting it in there. Cue the "that's what she said" comment. Now, the other thing is, like any system, it does overheat. So if you're nervous about the whole warping thing, this is what I do. I take one of these little fans, you can find them really cheap, and then when I get up to go to the bathroom or feed the cat or something, I just stand it next to the Switch, like mostly when I have it in the dock mode especially, and then just leave it like that for a minute or so, whatever I, go to the bathroom or whatever, like I said, and it definitely does help to keep the system from overheating, so to speak. Two quick side notes. One thing is, geez, I think back in the fall of 2014, I did a video on the evolution of Nintendo's controllers from the NES to the Wii U, so because now I have the Switch, I'm going to do an update on the video, probably sometime next month. Now the other thing is, because the Switch is getting a lot of indie support, like I got the Blaster Master Zero, the digital version of it, because I don't know if it's physical or not, but I got the digital game. It's awesome. If you love the original Blaster Master, it's definitely worth checking out. One indie game I really want to see get ported to the Switch is the Friday the 13th game. I mean, even though it's buggy, and the community can be kind of toxic, it's still a fun game to play, and I'm the kind of person who would play that on this, out in the woods at night. So I'd love to see that game get ported to the Switch. But for the time being, the games I did get, I'm going to go alphabetically here. The first one is ARMS, which, this game is a blast. It's almost like they made a fighting game out of Stretch Armstrong, because I thought it was going to be, like a lot of people, I thought it was going to be one of those, like, gimmicky boxing motion control games, but no, it's actually like a legitimate fighting game, and oh, it's so much fun. I actually like playing it online, which is shocking, because I'm not big into fighters online, but oh my god, this game. There's actually a variety of game modes, and you can throw your opponents into obstacles, like some of the levels have that. I always like to see that in fighting games. A variety of characters. You can change their hand weapons, if you will, customize them in between rounds. And there's a couple of mini-game modes, like this one where one of my favorites is a basketball, where instead of throwing a ball through the hoop, you have to throw your opponent through the hoop, but unfortunately, a lot of these mini other mode things are kind of short, so. Now, when it comes to gaming, everyone has different tastes, and this was the game that made me buy a Switch. I mean, among others, but this is the one that really sold me. Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. I have been for over a decade. I actually made a whole video about it last year. And I always loved the Warriors games, so when they were combining the two together, like when I saw that teaser from, God, I think like back in January or something, or January of 2017, I was like, oh. Yeah, so yeah, oh, this game is so good. You play as these two, the Prince and Princess, who, because I like the story, what they did with this. These two are trying to unite heroes from different worlds, which is why there's characters from different Fire Emblem games. I'm not going to go too deep into details, but it does a really good job of combining elements of both franchises, like the Warrior games and the Fire Emblem games. And to my knowledge, this has never been done in a Warriors game, but you can actually control multiple characters on the battlefield. So, like it starts with just one, then it'll increase over time. So, for example, you pick 4. Like I said, it increases over time, but I think the max is 4, to my knowledge. As far as I've gotten in the game, it's only 4. But anyway, you pick 4 of them, and then it's like, you can, like, let's say there's a character on this side of the field. Okay, I'm going to play as him for a minute. Now I'm going to push the button and play this character on this side of the field or whatever. And, if you're not playing as them, the computer will control them. And you can also pick a few characters that the computer will control anyway. And a nice little feature is that these characters, even if you're not playing as them, they can still level up, which might take away a little of the replay value, but it saves a lot of time as well. And the thing is, I know this game was also available on the 3DS, but I've played Warriors games on like the DS and the 3DS, you know, those types of handhelds. It doesn't work with me. It feels too clustered, if you will. Next up, we have Kirby Star Allies, which just came out this past month or so. I'm a huge Kirby fan, so that's why I had to get this, but a lot of people are complaining that it's too short and it's too easy. Well, Kirby games kind of tend to be short, but I will admit it is a little too easy. The thing is, the concept where it's been done before where you like turn enemies into allies, but I don't think you've ever been able to do up to 3 before, so it's really cool because you do like team moves and stuff like that. You know, he's got a whole bunch of new abilities. The game is fun, even though it's like, it is very easy. It's still a fun game. There's a couple of mini games which are kind of so overall, the game is fun. I mean, it's, unless you're like a die-hard Kirby fan, I'd say wait for a price drop. Next we have Poyo Tetris. It's Tetris and Poyo Poyo. You play both those games in a variety of ways. You can also combine them together. I've always enjoyed puzzle games. And there's actually a story mode which talks about why the two worlds are coming together, which is kind of interesting. So, yeah, it's a fun game. And last Switch game is Super Bomberman R. I actually bought this used, because as I've mentioned in previous videos, it's like, I'm not giving Konami any more money, but this is still a game I wanted to get. The story mode is good, it's just it's very nostalgic. It reminds you a lot of Bomberman Jetters. The battle mode is just as fun as ever, especially the 8-player mode, which is very chaotic. And because of this, there's actually 8 bombers, opposed to just the traditional. There's still the white, red, black, and blue. Now there's also yellow, green, pink, and aqua, I believe. And each of them has their own unique personality, which is kind of cool. Actually, they're all on the cover here. I don't know how the hell I missed that. And one cool thing about the Switch games that I like is how, when you open it up, it's like a little bit of artwork in there. Like the background, this path. Where was I? So, I'm a huge Bomberman fan. I grew up with the game, so I was like, oh, despite Konami's shitstorm, I'm still going to give it a chance. And I like it. I think it's pretty good. And an interesting thing, this is also getting ported to the PS4 and the X-Bone. The X-Bone version will have an exclusive Master Chief character, I mean Bomberman, and the PS4 version will have an exclusive Ratchet & Clank Bomberman, because there's a variety of characters in this. You know, these 8, as well as like the evil bombers, and then there's also bomber characters out of some of Konami's old franchises, including Simon Belmont and Goemon, you know, from Castlevania and that ninja game. Ironic since they killed off all those franchises, but whatever. So that's all the Switch stuff, but I got a couple of older games, so 2 PS1 games. The first one is Biofreaks. I remember I rented this back in the day, and I thought it was, because I always wanted to play it, and I rented it back then. I thought it was kind of but you know, it was like, I came across it, so I was like, yeah, I'll give it another shot. And funny thing, it's actually better than I remembered, you know, which is ironic. Usually it's the other way around. It's a fighting game, and it's, I want to say it's kind of like Tekken or Soul Edge, something like that. And the atmosphere is like something out of Quake. You know, there's all variety of characters. One level has like meat grinders that you could throw them into, and it like takes their arms off. So, and I think I've said this before, but I feel like this generation here, the 5th gen, was when fighting games were really at their peak. So if you got a thing for 5th gen fighters, it's definitely worth checking out. I think it's also available on the N64, although I never played that version. This next game's been on my sonar for a while. Rogue Trip Vacation 2012. It's the same concept as Twisted Metal, but more goofy. And it takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, which is ruled by this guy named Big Daddy. And he lets people go on, like, these tours and stuff, so the characters you play as are called auto mercenaries, and they take the less fortunate on like these trips to see the sights and stuff, and they'll give you money to do that. You get money from the tourists, as well as from destroying your opponents and blowing up buildings and stuff, because you use it to upgrade your weapons and stuff to make your character stronger, so to speak. Yeah, there's a lot to this game, actually. And a funny story, I know I said that a lot, but I remember, I want to say it was the Christmas of '99. This was on my brother's wish list, and it was like the #1 thing that he really wanted. And it wasn't in his stocking or under the tree, so the day had, for the most part, gone by. It was probably about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and he was all distraught, like, I can't believe I didn't get Rogue Trip. So I asked him, are you sure you thoroughly checked your stocking? So he went back, checked his stocking, put his hand all the way down to the bottom of it, felt a jewel case, pulled it out, there it was, Rogue Trip. That was funny. I still laugh every time I think of that. I got one N64 game, Duke Nukem 0 Hour. This one's been on my list for a while, too. From what I remember, the campaign is really good. It's pretty much the same as Duke Nukem Time to Kill on PS1. You travel through time, except that one was more like Tomb Raider. This one's a first-person shooter. The deathmatch in this game is a blast. It's, there's a shitload of characters, including Jack the Ripper, because you fight him in the story. And each character has their own amount of hit points, or HP, whatever, and each of them starts with a different weapon, and there's a funny glitch in this game. I don't know if it works in the story mode, but I know it definitely works in the deathmatch. If somebody's playing as a pig cop, you can jump on them and they squish. It's hilarious. I don't even know how to explain it. That's all the games, but I did get a few other game-related whatnot. Next to Nintendo Power, my favorite retro game magazine is GamePro, or was GamePro, I should say, so I picked up a few of those. I'm going to start collecting these now, or buy a number of them anyway. I think I have like 20-something Nintendo Powers, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to buy any more, so I'm probably going to do the same with that. Now, remember from probably about the late 80s to the mid-90s how almost every popular video game franchise had a TV show or a cartoon based off of it? My favorite, looking back, was Mega Man, and the thing is, I think it was like in the early 2000s, that show came out on DVD on like 2 separate things. For whatever reason, those are overpriced now, so, little did I know, a few years ago, they were re-released on one set for a much better price. So, I picked that up. Now the show, yeah, looking back, going back and rewatching it, it is very corny, but it has its moments. I still enjoy watching it. Like, some of the episodes are really good. And obviously the best episode, which, God, I remember when this debuted when I was a kid, like when there was news about it and everything, and it's like, oh, it's going to be on this specific Saturday morning or whatever, and stuff, and I was so excited about it. It was the episode where X, Vile, and Spark Mandrill from the Mega Man X series come in from the future, and then, oh, it's such a great, it's actually the last episode, and it's so good. You know, the characters were really well done. Vile almost sounds like Red X from Teen Titans. I don't think it's him, though. I checked the voice credits of bullshit. I don't think it's him. So I know Scott Menville was Red X, and I don't think he did. Yeah. I know they're actually doing a new Mega Man cartoon series, which was supposed to come out last year, and now it's coming out this year. I don't know. I know a lot of people are upset with the concept because it's like, he's like a high school student who turns into Mega Man or something, which is like, it's weird, but I'm still gonna give it a chance. Like, I'll watch the first episode and see what I think, but we'll see what happens. One last thing. In Halo 5 Guardians, when you do the, what the hell do you call it? Warzone, sometimes you'll fight grunt mechs, which are hilarious because it all sounds like a grunt talking through a megaphone or something. Go figure, I found this after I did the Halo Mega Bloks video, but whatever. They made a Halo Mega Bloks Mega Construct set of the grunt mech, and his hand popped off, but it'll turn up somewhere. So I was like, oh my god, I have to buy this. I think I found it at Walmart or something. So, that's all my pickups for now, for this season, if you will. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to like, comment, share, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.